We've got another speech. This is Andy, who runs Focallocal. Sometimes when I go into the cafe, I will see a large group of people sitting around this table, and they're all making free hug signs, or they're making beautiful inspirational messages to put in a jar that they then go around London and they invite people to pick these messages out. And the messages, I once opened one and it just said, "You're doing really well, keep going." And it was like, you knew that that's what I needed to hear. Exactly. So Andy's going to tell you about Focallocal and how he is making a difference in his community.
Thank you so much, Ruth. That was a lovely intro. Okay, so hi guys, I'm Andy. I'll give you a little intro to Focallocal, and then we'll talk a little bit more about current events, because it's election day, isn't it? So, Focallocal is a community for people to come together and do a little something just to make the world around them happier, friendlier, and safer. I think those three things are very related. We stand for local action for global change, and the idea that everybody can go out and change the world around them, which is kind of bringing us more into like what's happening today in the world. So we've got elections on, and I know a lot of people are feeling quite powerless because of this. I do. I mean, every time I walk past somebody who's sleeping on the street, I feel like I want to do something. It's very difficult to find something to do. Does anyone else feel that?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what led me to start Focallocal. It started back in 2011. It started because I had a serious neck injury and I couldn't work anymore. So I wasn't able to work anymore. I had 4 years I couldn't work. 3 of those years weren't too bad. I went to university to cover it up because nobody actually minds if you go to university or not. Towards the end of that, I was bedridden for 1 day, 2 days a week, but nobody knew, so it was fine. The rest of the time, I was able to do most things, just not anything particularly active. After university, I hitchhiked around Europe. I was meeting specialists, trying to find a way to get my health back. And I'm back at about 95% now. My neck's feeling fabulous. Thank you. So after this period of this time, I wanted to really commit my life, because I had my health back. It was amazing, and I really wanted to commit my life to something to make a difference. I started Focallocal actually when I had the injury, because I couldn't work. I started at something completely different. It was a shop for making like handmade goods like this, kind of like Etsy before I knew Etsy existed. And I used the events to advertise this shop. Now, as I got my health back and I was able to work again, I found out I really enjoyed the events that I was doing. I wasn't so fond of the shop. I wanted to do something to make the world around me a better place. And I wasn't sure what that was, so I used the events, I used the community that I started building to explore all these different paths in life, which I guess the first thing I'd like to pass on to you guys is that it doesn't matter if you don't know what you're doing, as long as you're actually going somewhere. It's like having a parked car. If you sit in your car thinking, I don't know where I'm going to go, it's not going to go anywhere. If you just start rolling forwards and then steer it around, you're going to find something cool to head towards. So, just whatever it is in life, if you're not sure where you're going, just try something. So with Focallocal, we explore doing projects to help the homeless, to help the elderly, to help in Africa. And I was like, one of these things I wanted to really commit the next 5 years of my life to. And every time I was doing one thing, I felt like I wasn't doing something else. And that kind of led to this realization that Focallocal could become, or should become, the thing that I should build is something that empowered other people to make a change. Because by doing that, by building that, I could help everything at the same time. And that's what it turned into. So now, coming back to election day, we've got this election, and whoever gets in, they're going to do some things that we like, some things we don't like. I know there's particularly one party that probably most people here are hoping don't get in, because they're going to do a lot of things we don't like. But I'm looking around to see who's nodding a lot here. Yeah. So what this talk is about helplessness, or more about actually you can do something. So it doesn't matter. I mean, we've lived in a world where we've put a lot of responsibility onto other people. So we put responsibility onto governments and councils to solve this and solve that. We put responsibility onto charities to fix this problem over there in the world, fix that problem. Focallocal is about bringing people together and saying, hey, we can fix this ourselves. It's about local actions. I feel local action is far more sustainable than reaching out to somewhere in another country and fixing something for them, because you're fixing something for them and you go away, is that going to carry on? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Sometimes you do something fantastic, but wouldn't it be more empowering for them to teach them how to do it, to give them an idea and say, hey, it's your community, here's a great idea, adapt this idea to your community and see if it helps. So that's what we're doing. We're building projects, we're exploring tools and bringing people together now, exploring these tools to make the world a better place and inspiring people around the world to try what we've done and adapt it to fit their own culture. Because then it's them that's made the change. So, something about some of the things we've been working on. Do you have anything behind us? So, behind us we've got some light, fluffy, lots of fun things going on here. This is one of our biggest projects, is we just try and get people out on the streets doing something small that makes the world around them a friendlier, happier place. Okay, we could put a lot of time and effort into stuff, but these little things are fantastic. They feel like everybody can do them. If you're doing something that looks kind of disorganized and makes people feel good, and there's just like 3 or 4 of you doing it, people you meet on the street are like, hey, I could do that too. So as Ruth said, we go out and we give like positive messages to people. We put them in a jar, we get them to reach in and let that message find them. Or we go out with chalks on the street and we chalk inspiring quotes in the middle of the night, so on the way to work in the morning, people are met with these wonderful messages to inspire them to have a great day. Because you know, somebody might be on their way to a really difficult day at work, and that one message that will give them the courage to get through it. Somebody might have just had a really bad argument with their partner, and that one message might inspire them to pick up the phone and apologise or say something really nice to them, you know? So those words, those messages, for most people they're a nice little lift. For some people it might really change their life. When we're out giving free hugs, we've had somebody just a couple of weeks ago who stopped at the station and said, thank you so much for that. I've just come for a funeral, I was having the worst day ever, and you guys have really brightened my life. It's like, that's what it's there for. It's there for everybody, but for that one person who really needs it, you know? So we do these things, they're light, they're fluffy, but I hope they have a big meaning, and we're trying to spread this all around the world. There's lots of other people doing similar things now. I think it's part of a growing movement. We're just one of the people who are there trying to push it forwards. On top of this, we get people to come together and we get them to use their skills to solve issues that they care about in local communities. Like if there's something that's not okay in your local community, you care about it, passionate about it, we're trying to get people to come together and say, hey, if you come together with other people with skills and enthusiasm, you can change that yourself. Okay. Particularly, we've got here the homelessness, the street sleeper resource map, which we've actually changed now to the Brighter Tomorrow map because it's more cheerful. And this came about, we started this 2 years ago when government cutbacks led to like a noticeable increase in the amount of people sleeping rough on the streets. I think it's more than double now. It's just like, this is really frustrating, but what can we do? Because the decision makers are cutting back. So we brought people together and said, okay, what can we do to change this? And that led to us designing a resource map with all the resources, all the that are available for people who are living on the streets all around the world to meet their basic needs or to change their situation. So you'll find on there all the showers locally, all the shelters where you can go for internet to charge their phone, where you can get free suit hire. You'll also find on there things to help them change their current situation, like courses, free courses, someone who's doing free suit hire for interviews, someone who's offering CV help. And the other thing this map does is it gives people like us who, for me, like this last year and a half or so, walking past people on the street, it's been horrible because people are asking me for help, and I'm like, I want to help, but I'm trying to build something to help, but it's not there yet. I'm sure you will get this, like, I want to help, but I'm not sure what to do. Yeah, I've got lots of heads nodding there. And some of the charities now, some of them are saying it's okay, but a lot of charities now are saying you shouldn't give money to people who are begging on the streets because you're trapping them into whatever is keeping them there. and you're facilitating that. I know, I think it's Streetlink came out and said that recently. So what this map does is it gives you the ability to reach out to people on the street and offer something. There's a list of things that you can do to help, and you can say, hey, I'm going to be in this library on this day, and I'm going to give you some help this evening. I'm going to be in this park, I'm just going to bring some tea, and we can have a chat. Or, I'm going to be, I'm a web developer, come and meet me, I'll give you a quick intro to what I do, I'll tell you about my career, my average day, I'll give you some resources if you want to try and pursue this as a career yourself. So it gives people the tools to go and be like, I can make this, I can do something, I can help. Okay. And this is kind of what we're trying to build in the world, is this attitude that if you see something wrong around you, you can get out and you can change it. All you need to do is to come together with a plan, and I guess we're building a resource of plans. That's pretty much Focallocal. Would you guys have any questions? Yes. Thank you.
What's the? I mean, what did you call it again? It's not the street view.
It's Bright Tomorrow's map.
Okay. So what's the? And have you had anybody do any sort of large scale events through that?
No, that has literally launched, or alpha launched, just 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
So our first meeting is tomorrow to get people to come together. We're just having like a Googling dinner party. We're going to sit down and Google stuff to put on the map.
Okay.
And then once we've got, say, 100 resources on the map, we're going to reach out to shelters and to the media and start spreading it around.
Okay, so how, if, for example, somebody living on the street wanted to find this map, how do they access it if they don't have a phone or access to the internet?
Yeah.
Is that built into the plan?
It is, yeah. So a lot of people on the streets do have smartphones these days. It's more than half, I think it's about 70% in the UK. But what the map also has is a print button. That doesn't work just yet, but we've got some developers working on it. We'll be able to print it out and hand it out to people on the streets. So if you've got someone asking for, begging for money on the street, be like, here's a list of places you can go to get a shower, to get your clothes washed, to find new clothes. Cool. And I guess actually, well, I should probably mention that our biggest project this year, which we just started launching now, is going to be a global gathering for more happiness. That's on the 22nd of July. You're all welcome to join in. We're starting to build teams to start pushing this out now. And the Global Gathering for More Happiness is going to be a celebration party all around the world where people bring things which make them happier. And we're doing this to try and promote alternatives to GDP as the main thing that decision makers in countries to try and push this ahead of GDP as the main thing that people, decision makers in countries, measure their society success by. Because that's, if we were measuring the well-being of people in our countries, if we were measuring the well-being, things like homelessness, mental health, isolation, all of these things would be top priorities for people in power. So we want to really push this out there. There are countries that are doing this already. Britannia's already doing this. They use gross national happiness as their main measure. Some of the Scandinavian countries do it with a lot higher importance than GDP. Well, sorry, not than GDP. A lot higher importance than we do in this country. And some of the countries in South America as well are starting to as well. So it's not impossible to consider. It's just that we're way behind the curve. So we're going to have a huge celebration, and we're going to push for more discussions around this, more awareness of this, and try and get people talking about it more often. Why aren't we measuring the well-being of the people that are in our societies, and why aren't we using that to make our decisions? Hey, join in. Any more questions?
How do people join Focallocal?
Okay, our website has been shut for the last year and a half, so people have been joining from Facebook. In about 6 days' time, our website's going to relaunch, and you can join in through there. We're going to start migrating away from Facebook. So you can use Facebook, or you can use the website. And the website is a micro-volunteering site, so you can go on there, you can find all the projects that we're working on, you can find all the causes that you care about and the projects that are linked to it, or you can find half-hour tasks. So these are missions, positive action missions. So if there's a project you care about for isolation maybe, or for the elderly, you click there, you find one, and there's a list of missions there, or you can search by your skills. Say you're a social media expert. You search by your skill, you find the projects we're looking for social media experts, and then you tackle that half-hour task. Maybe do 2 or 3, but everything's broken down into small little bite-sized chunks. Take that on, and once they're all complete, that project launches. Yes, so join via Facebook or via focallocal.org.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.